All right. We will begin with some opening comments from Coach Ferschweiler on the game, and then, as mentioned, we'll take your questions for the players. First.
Well, I thought that game was as advertised, a heavyweight battle. Obviously, Denver has a championship pedigree, and they weren't going to, go down easy. So they pushed back in the third, but I thought our team responded with belief and execution in that overtime, and I thought we deserved it in the win in the overtime.
Okay, awesome. Questions for the players in front here? No, we need the mic, please, and identify yourself and affiliation. Thank you.
Steve Overby, St. Louis Post-Dispatch. Just talk us through that play and the emotions.
Yeah, kind of blacked out a little bit. It was kind of a little bit of a broken play, and just kind of saw the puck squirt out to me, and was in the middle of the ice and had some open time and space, and just figured I'd put it on net, and pretty happy it went in.
What goes through your mind? You look like you froze for a second.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I did. Not too much. Just happy, excited.
Okay, further questions for the players right here in front?
Connor, you're good Detroit News. Owen, safe to say that's the biggest goal you've scored in your career?
Absolutely.
Have you ever scored an overtime goal in your career going back?
I think maybe back in youth hockey, but this one definitely tops that.
Double overtime?
No.
Good question.
All right. Further questions for the players? Yes.
Luke Horek, Hockey News and NHL.com here in St. Louis. For you, Hampton, as you're watching that game unfold and the commitment to defending by your teammates tonight, what were you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we were unreal defensively all night. I mean, I don't know how many shots they had after the second, but it didn't feel like too many. And, sometimes it's tough to stay in there. But, yeah, just trying to stay mentally dialed and, be ready for when the shots come.
Okay, right here, Adam.
Adam Woden, College Hockey News. Owen, last year you had 2 goals as a freshman. This year I think that makes 18. What do you attribute that difference to? Is it something the coaches work with you on, like a tip, anything, or just what in your development do you attribute that to?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely went into the summer trying to take that next step, and had a big summer in the gym and on the ice, and then it helps playing for the best coaching staff in college hockey. So just love showing up to the rink every day and putting in the work.
Anything specific that they taught you or told you to work on?
Just play Bronco hockey. Put it on net and play north, play fast.
All right, Connor.
Hampton, you weren't called to make too many saves in the first
Could
two
you
periods.
identify yourself again?
Again? Okay.
Yeah.
Connor, you're good Detroit News. Hampton, you weren't called to make a whole lot of saves in the first 2 periods, but you came up with some pretty big ones in the third and overtime. How'd you stay ready for that?
Yeah, I think kind of like I just said, just kind of staying present, not worrying about, the next 5 minutes, just kind of staying in the moment and just kind of telling myself, be ready for the next shot, take it one shot at a time. And, yeah, that's kind of, how I handle those situations.
Steve?
This is for Owen again, Steve Overby, Post-Dispatch. Talk about the domination you had over the first 2 periods. Was it hard to kind of regroup after going into that overtime? Because you controlled most of the match.
No, we just knew we had to keep our foot on the gas. We were expecting a push from them in the third, and they're a hell of a team, right? So we expected it and we were ready for it. And going into overtime, we were just talking about the belief. We're not going to lack that. We haven't all year, and that's not going to change.
No magic words from coach between first and second OT?
Never.
This is our game. This is our game, so we're going to go out and win. Take it.
Magic words. No magic words, huh, first?
No. Magic players, no magic words.
Yeah, that works. Further questions for the players? Okay, back here.
Hey guys, Lainey Gerber with Wood TV in Grand Rapids. Owen, you guys have had a lot of double OT games recently. Has that kind of conditioned you just to be able to play this long?
Yeah, definitely. I think it just goes back to the work we put in every week in the gym, on the ice, and we have the confidence in ourselves, belief in ourselves that we're prepared for these games, whether it's 3 periods, 4 periods, or 5 in some cases these past couple weeks. But we're ready for it.
All right, what else do we have for the players? Good. Well, okay. Go ahead. Right ahead. Yeah.
Owen, Sean Keeler with the Denver Post. What's it like to go against Matty Davis when he's doing some of the stuff he does, and you're going to be glad to wish him goodbye at some point?
Yeah, no, he's a heck of a goaltender. It's not too fun playing against him. His resume speaks for itself. He's a winner. and he keeps it nice and stable back there for their team. So he's not much fun playing against.
All right, how are we doing? Any further questions for the players? Okay, one more? Okay. Oh, you're good, okay. All right, guys, I'm sure you want to go rest, so.
Yeah, good job, guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Can I take this?
Yeah,
No, we need it for tomorrow
yeah, they do. We'll
and the
get it.
next day. You may be coming back, Owen.
I hope you're coming back.
All right, questions for Coach Ferschweiler. Adam here in the front.
Adam Owen, College Hockey News. Coach, maybe you have something more than Owen to share with me. You know, a lot of your forwards obviously develop ever since you've been here a similar way.
Yep.
Is it a natural progression, or is there something specific with Owen that you needed to work with him on?
Well, what we see often is Owen's play was better than his point totals last year. So we saw offense in him. He did have a huge summer in the gym, so he's stronger. And that gym just allows your skills to show, right? And we talked about that. But also getting him to really believe in himself as an offensive player. Push him forward. Play with Alex Bump. These are good things, right? But a lot of the credit goes into the work he put in the summer. But again, it wasn't as big a jump as it looks like on paper. He had very good quality of play last year. The points didn't follow, but the quality of play was there.
Okay. Over here, Connor.
Connor, you're good Detroit News. Pat, I'm curious, when your team kind of blows a 2-goal lead, it's going to overtime, you face a team like Denver that's used to being here. I guess, how do you keep your team, focused and energized going into that second overtime?
Well, it's a focus group, and again, they never lose belief in themselves. They came in unhappy with the third period, but I think our biggest mistake was not scoring on all our chances in the second. I think it could have been 4 or 5 with the breakaways and the other chances we had in the second. And again, credit to Matt Davis for holding them in there when we were really pushing in the second period. But like you said, Denver has championship pedigree. They're going to push. They're going to make it hard on you. They're going to come forward, and they have elite players who made some elite plays. But we knew over the entirety of the game, I thought we were the better squad. And so that in that regard, we just believed in ourselves and kept doing what we do, and that's play Bronco hockey.
The front here, John.
Hey, Pat. John Worrell with the Associated Press. Congrats. What do you make of now advancing to your first, not only being in your first Frozen Four, but now advancing to your first title game, and what this outcome does for your team and program?
Well, it does a lot. Obviously, anytime you're doing program first, I think that's a pretty special thing. Getting here, program first. Winning this game, program first. Winning the Penrose Cup, program first. We've done a lot of things that are programs first. But again, I think this is a special group and a special group of young men. And for the most part, I think we have the best leader in college hockey, and that's Tim Washy. And he's just dragged this team forward with his will, also his skill, his inclusiveness in the locker room. And I think that's been our secret sauce all year.
Okay.
Luke Horek, Hockey News and NHL.com. Coach, I just wanted to ask you about a guy like Alex Bump and how much of a well-rounded player he is because of his attention to detail defensively. It seemed like your forwards really defended hard tonight, and he seemed to be one that really was involved there.
Boy, great catch, and everybody looks for Alex with the puck, but we saw the same thing, and his growth without the puck over the last 2 years has been his biggest growth, and he's always had deception, playmaking ability, ability to really make people miss. But what he's added in the last 2 years, I think, which has made him an absolute elite player, is his compete. And it's every single day. In fact, he'll only go against Tim Washy for lots of when it's one-on-one drills in practice. He picks out our biggest, strongest, hardest guy to go against, and that's part of his maturation process and what's going to make him a National Hockey Leaguer.
Okay, Adam.
Adam Woden, College Hockey News. Coach, I know you're going to say you're always aggressive, but seemed to be a little more today. I don't know, was there something with Denver playing 5D? Did you feel there was something you could exploit there, or is that just kind of par for the course for you guys?
Well, I would think that is par for the course. I don't want to give you a boring answer, but I told our guys to stay on the gas and attack. And, that's why we were tied with Denver coming in as the leading goal scoring teams in the country. Both teams are trying to attack. Both teams are trying to score. We did know they were down a defenseman. That's an obvious thing. And so make them work. put as much pressure on them as possible. I thought what we did, especially in the first 2 periods and the overtime, was play the game with our feet. We're a really good skating team, and we can put pressure on people with our feet by carrying the puck. When we lose it forward, we put a lot of pressure on their D to make clean breakouts, and I thought we had great sticks doing that as well.
You probably had to have something to eat between one of those overtimes, didn't you?
Well, I didn't.
You didn't?
No, I wish I did. Now you're talking about it, I'm kind of hungry, so we'll get something after.
A little pizza.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Pierogies. Maybe Hertz will cook up some.
I mean, he's got to coach and cook. It's part of his job, I guess.
All right, right here in the front.
Tyler King with the Denver Gazette. Coach, just obviously eerily similar finishes the last 2 times you've played these guys. They flipped the script from the previous game, them making the comeback this time. Just how big is a goal like that, scoring quickly in an overtime period when you know you're just kind of getting back and used to being back on the ice after sitting for a little bit?
Yeah, it's super similar as far as ending very quickly in that second overtime. And again, some of it is just over time. Keep doing it right. Keep doing it right. Keep doing it right. And we got a little break on that goal. It wasn't a clean pass. It tips off the stick right onto Owen. But we talked about being ready to win the game when the chance comes. And we talked about that in between periods. And so when it gets on your stick, be ready to win the game for us. And I think Owen Michaels did a great job of that for sure.
Okay, everything good? All right, Coach, congratulations. Enjoy the night.
Thank you.